Welcome back to Lord of the Rings, the board game. We are about halfway through Helm's Deep, and let's get to it. So Pippin is up again, and I'm going to do a couple of things here, because we want to get out of Helm's Deep without pulling any more event tiles. So I'm going to have him play the vial, and its active player, which is Pippin, do not reveal the next tile. So basically, he just gets a turn. We discard that, so we're not going to draw a tile out of the bag. And so he's going to go right into his turn. The next thing he's going to do, he's going to put on the ring. And so he's going to put the ring on, and when we use the power of the ring, we roll a die, and we take 4 minus the number of symbols on the die. Come on, let's be nothing. Oh, yes. Finally, a wee bit of luck. So he suffers no consequences, and we move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we don't collect anything here because we used the ring. And now it's still Pippin's turn. He can play 2 cards, and he's going to play 1 gray fighting card. That's all he needs to play to move to this spot, which finishes off Helm's Deep. Wow, he had some good luck. And now he gets to pick one of the 6 tokens that are on here face down. I don't know which ones they are, because that's a large shield, and he gets a 2. All right, so that gives him now 5 shields, which is good. And so with this complete, wow, we finished Helm's Deep. All right, let's go to the player area and do end of scenario events. And while I'm here, I'm going to correct one error that was made in the very first turn of the game, and that was I had played Gimli with Frodo. And he played another white card. Well, he's not allowed to play 2 white cards in a row. That was the very first turn of the game. So he still has Anduril in his hand. So I'm going to swap these 2 out. So we're going to say he played Anduril, which is a gray card. Then he was allowed to play the white card. So we're getting rid of that, and we're putting Gimli back in his hand. And so that fixes the error from the very first turn. All right, end of scenario events. We look at the tokens. So Frodo's got all 3 tokens. Sam has all 3 tokens. Merry only has the ring and the heart, so he's going to have to move 1 space up the darkness or the corruption track. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so Merry here, Pippin here. Merry's not in the game. Moves up 1 space to be with Sam. Yes, and Sauron sitting here on 8. All right, back to the player area for the more end of the event or end of scenario events. All right, so the next thing we look at, of course, is who has the most ring tokens. And Pippin, I keep calling him Merry. Pippin has 2 ring tokens, so he will be the ring bearer again when we move into Shelob's lair. All the other tokens go away, and that is that. And of course, at the end of the scenario, whoever is the new ring bearer, and this time it didn't change, gets to draw 2 cards. So Pippin gets a hiding symbol, and he gets a wild card. All right, so wow, we actually managed. We had to burn a couple of nice cards, though, to get through Helm's Deep. Fairly decent position. So Pippin's got 5 shields, Sam's got 1, and Frodo's got 4, so we're not in horrible shape. We're in fairly decent shape. So we're going to put all the tiles back in the bag, and we're going to set up the... we're going to move over to Shelob's lair. All right, so with the completion of Helm's Deep, we're moving over to Shelob's lair. So let's take a look at the Shelob's lair board down here. We'll go through the events that can happen there, look at the tracks. And I know it's going to be a fairly short episode, but I think we'll probably leave it off there and go directly into Shelob's lair in the next episode. All right, so here we are with Shelob's lair. Again, the gorgeous artwork from John Howe. We have 3 tracks this time. We have the fighting track, we have the hiding track, and we have the travel track, which is quite long. The hiding track is a fight against Shelob. The hiding track is Henoth Anon, and the long march along the Dead Marshes, Plains of Ash, Ithilien, and Stairs of Cirith Ungol. So we're heading to Mount Doom eventually. And yeah, so we'll just quickly run through the events here that can happen, which are, of course, all bad. First one is the group may discard 7 shields. Then the active player receives the Golem card, and all other players get 2 Hobbit cards. We do have enough to do that, so that's a semi-beneficial thing to us, except we lose a bunch of shields. The next is Faces of the Dead. Each player discards a wild card, otherwise they discard 3 shields. And I should say, if you cannot fulfill the requirements of what you need to do, you're eliminated from the game. If you're the ring bearer, it's even worse. We've lost the game. The Forbidden Pool. 1 player discards 5 shields, and each player draws a Hobbit card. Otherwise, Sauron moves twice. Lord of the Nazgul searches for the ring. Reveal a card from the deck, and the ring bearer discards 3 matching card symbols to move 1 backward on the darkness track or the corruption track. Otherwise, each player is going to roll a black die. The second to last event, Shelob appears. The active player rolls the black die twice. Otherwise, Sauron moves ahead twice. And the very end, which, we don't want to get down here, but the very last event is Shelob attacks. And the group discards 7 attack cards. Otherwise, Sauron moves ahead 3 spaces. So yeah, we want to get through Shelob's lair as quickly as we can, if possible. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right, I think I am going to do one thing before we wrap it up, though. If I can find the cards here, and it is Frodo has this card, and he's going to play it right now because you can play it basically at any turn. Elisar, and it's 1 player is going to move 1 space back on the corruption track. So Frodo is burning that right now, and he's going to take Pippin and move Pippin back 1 space, just because he's the ring bearer, and we don't want him to be eliminated with carrying the ring, because it means Sauron has found it, and it would be game over. And so, with that, I think I'm going to leave it off. Like I said, it's a very short episode today, but next episode we will be starting right into Shelob's lair, which I'm sure is going to be all kinds of fun, especially with the way I draw tokens. Let's hope we don't have another Mines of Moria token draw episode. That was awful. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time for the continuation of Lord of the Rings, the board game. We will be entering Shelob's lair.